Hello everyone, it's Katie here from the Queen of Teen Fiction and it is time for my October wrap-up. So let's get started. The first two books that I have been reading this month are the final two books in the Riverian series by Sarah Noffke, and they are Rebels and Warriors. The Riverian series is a trilogy and Rebels is book 2 and Warriors is the final book, book 3. If you haven't heard of the series before, then it follows 17-year-old Em as she tries to bring justice to her home of Austin Valley. She wants to stop the mind control of the power-hungry President Vida. He rules the valley in what he believes to be a fair system, but he's actually just brainwashing his residents. So Em has finally found out the truth about what has been going on in the valley, and she has already started her war against President Vida, and at the start of book 2 she is continuing with her rebellion, and she is helping other kids like herself who have been labelled defects by the president. So she has a lot going on. So I really don't know how much I can say about the series without spoiling anything, but you should know that this book, book 2, completely broke my heart. It had a very shocking ending that I did not see coming at all. It had a very shocking ending that I did not see coming at all. And there was a huge twist regarding one of the main characters. Like I said, I can't really talk too much about it because it's just going to spoil the book for you, but I thought it was a very brave move by the author, Sarah. And so the end of that second book is a game changer for the whole series. And then the final book, Warriors, deals with the fallout from those events. The final book, Warriors, is the conclusion to everything that's been going on over this trilogy. It wraps everything up brilliantly and it's very action-packed from start to finish. Again, I wish I could say more about it, but I really can't. It's so hard to keep things spoiler-free. But yeah, I have thoroughly enjoyed reading both of those books this month. I was sad to see the trilogy come to an end, but I think it was concluded brilliantly. And Sarah is a really compelling writer and you always root for her characters. So if you've not checked out any of Sarah's books before, then I would highly recommend them because she has a bit of something for everyone in her books. The next book that I've been reading this month is In Order to Live by Yeonmi Park. This book is a biography about Yeonmi's life as she escapes her home of North Korea. I love reading biographies because I just love learning about cultures that I don't know about and other people's histories and their lives. And this girl definitely has a very important story to tell. She has grown up under the extremely strict rules of North Korea, and the people there are basically brainwashed into admiring their leader. Now, before I read this book, I didn't really know much about what was going on in North Korea. Because it's so closed off from the world, the media don't really get to show us the truth. And this book definitely opened my eyes to the horrors that are happening there every single day. After a horrendous early life growing up in North Korea, her and her mother flee to China, following her sister that has already left the country and gone to China before them. They believe that fleeing to China will mean freedom for them, but of course it's not that simple. Once they get to China, they are forced into the horrible human trafficking industry. So this is a harrowing story to read. A lot of it is very difficult, but it is such an important story, and I am glad that Yeonmi has decided to share her story with us, because without people like her we wouldn't know the true horrors of what goes on. But even though it's about the horrors that she has faced in her life, it's also a story that has hope. It shows how North Korea has affected her in negative ways, but it also shows how she's been able to rebuild her life. She finally manages to flee to South Korea, and there she gets to go to university, and she's finally shared her story with the rest of the world. So yeah, I've really enjoyed reading this book. I would definitely recommend it. Even if you don't usually read biographies, you will be fascinated and compelled into reading this story. I was invited to the launch event for this book by Penguin, but it was down in London, and because I'm stuck in this crappy area of England, I couldn't get down there and I was devastated. But I am super grateful that they sent me a copy of the book to read anyway. I am so glad that I was able to read Yeonmi's story. So the final book that I've read this month and spent most of the month fangirling about is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. You probably already know that I filmed a book discussion about Carry On. It's already up on my channel, so I will leave a link to that in the description if you haven't checked that out and want to. But yeah, this is my favourite book from this year. The book follows Simon Snow as he starts his final year at his magical boarding school of Watford. And I am not going to summarise it again because I have already done so in the other video down there. But yeah, I love this book, which I've said plenty of times now. So this one has taken up quite a lot of reading time this month because I wanted to slow down my reading of it so I wouldn't rush right through it. So it actually took me about a week to get through it, and I didn't read any other books whilst I was reading this one because I just wanted to concentrate solely on this one. But I don't mind. I am grateful that it took up so much of my time. I wish it would take up more of my time because I miss it so much. I miss the characters. That is what I have been reading this month. It has been quite a slow reading month for me because I have been busy preparing my own story for NaNoWriMo, which starts in November. I'm probably going to make a video about that at some point on here. I don't know why I'm putting myself through NaNoWriMo again. I really don't. But it's probably going to mean that it will be quite quiet on my channel next month. Reading wise, I'll probably make a few videos about NaNoWriMo, but I might not have very many books in the wrap up video. But yeah, they're the books that I've really loved this month. I want to know what books you've been reading this month. What have you really loved? Also, what is in your to be read pile? What books do you plan on reading next month? As always, you can let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye! Hello everyone, so it's Katie here from the Queen of Teen Fiction, and it is time for my September... It's not September, it's October. It's October.